My girlfriend live-streamed my breakdown and laughed. Now she's viral for it. She live-streamed me having a panic attack on Instagram and captioned it, "When your boyfriend is more dramatic than a soap opera." When I asked her to stop, she just grinned and said, "This is going viral. Don't ruin it." The next morning, I walked out, still in the middle of a full-blown attack. But before I dive into all that, let me say this. I've noticed the channel's been slowing down a bit lately. If you're here and you like these stories, hitting that subscribe button is the easiest way to show support. It's fast, it's free, and it really helps keep this community growing strong. After that, my phone blew up with 67 missed calls from her, all of them begging me to undo what I'd done that night. Truth is, I didn't even realize what was happening to me until it was already spiraling. I'm a firefighter. Been doing this for 12 years now. 34 years old, used to the chaos that comes with the job. 3 months back, my crew and I got dispatched to a bad apartment fire in the middle of the night. We managed to get most of the residents out safely, but when I reached the 3rd floor, I found a woman passed out in the hallway, and her kid, probably around 4 or 5, was hiding in the bathtub. I grabbed them both and tried to get them out, but on our way down, the stairwell gave out beneath us. I dropped about 15 feet. I managed to shield the kid with my own body when we hit the ground, but the mother didn't make it. The kid came out with just a few minor injuries. Me? I ended up with 3 fractured ribs, a dislocated shoulder, and 2nd-degree burns across my back. Physically, I've healed up for the most part. But mentally? That's a different story, and it's the reason I'm telling this now. Ever since that night, I've been dealing with panic attacks. Doctor says it's PTSD. I started therapy, got put on some meds, doing everything I'm supposed to. They've started happening less often, but when they hit hard. It's usually triggered by stuff like loud crashing sounds, fire alarms, or the smell of smoke. My girlfriend Savannah, she's 29, has been in my life for a little over a year now. We're not living together. I've got my own apartment, she's got hers, which she shares with a roommate. I had given her the code to my place, just in case of emergencies or the night she'd crash there, but she hadn't really moved anything important in. When the accident happened, she acted like she cared. Came to visit me in the hospital, brought me food, checked in, the whole bit. But after a few weeks, I started noticing a change in her. She was getting annoyed. One time, after I had to bail on a dinner because the restaurant had a fire pit near our table, she looked at me and asked, "Aren't you over this yet?" Like I had a choice. Then came last Friday. We were at her place watching a movie. Her roommate was out of town, so it was just the two of us. Partway through the film, a big fire scene came on, buildings engulfed in flames, people screaming, and I could feel it coming. My chest tightened up, my heart started racing, cold sweat kicking in. I tried doing those breathing exercises my therapist taught me, but nothing was working. I managed to get the words out, "Savannah, I need to pause. I'm having an attack." She let out this exaggerated sigh, like I was ruining her night, but she paused the movie. I stood up and started pacing, trying to ground myself, trying to ride it out. That's when I noticed her phone was aimed right at me. "What are you doing?" I asked, struggling to catch my breath. "Just getting this on video for posterity," she said with a little laugh. "You kinda look funny right now." Even through all the panic, I realized she had me on Instagram Live. I could see people commenting in real time on her screen. "Stop," I told her. "Turn it off." "Oh, come on, relax. My followers think this is hilarious," she said like it was no big deal. I glanced at the screen again and saw the caption, "When your boyfriend is more dramatic than a soap opera." My heart was pounding so hard I thought it might give out right there. "Savannah, please, turn it off. This is going viral," she snapped. "Don't ruin it. Just do your thing. Pretend I'm not even here." Something inside me just snapped. Even in the middle of that panic, feeling like I was suffocating without water, I had this strange moment of clarity. The woman who claimed to love me was turning my worst moment into a comedy skit for her online audience. I didn't say a single word. I walked straight to her bathroom, splashed cold water on my face, then grabbed my keys and wallet from the nightstand. I headed straight for the door. "Where are you going?" she asked, trailing behind me, and yep, still filming. "Don't be so dramatic. It's just a joke." I turned to face her, and sure enough, her phone was still pointed right at me. "We're done," I said flatly, my voice way calmer than I felt. My pulse was racing, but my words were steady. "Keep your damn views." Then I walked out, got into my truck, and drove straight to Dylan's place. He's one of my crew, a fellow firefighter, and someone who actually gets what I've been through. I crashed on his couch that night. By the time I woke up the next morning, my phone was flooded with missed calls and messages from Savannah. I didn't read a single one. Dylan let me grab a shower, made us some coffee, and didn't say a word until I was ready to talk. When I finally told him what had gone down, his face changed. His jaw tightened, eyes narrowed. "Man, that's seriously messed up," he said. "Beyond messed up." Later, I scrolled through Savannah's messages without opening them. I was done. "Good," Dylan told me. But you know she's going to show up at your place, right? And he was right. Savannah knew exactly where I lived. Her texts were starting to sound more desperate too. I figured I'd better get home and lock things down. When I got back to my apartment, she wasn't there yet, but I didn't waste any time. First thing I did was change the code on my door. Then I gathered up everything she'd ever left behind, clothes, toiletries, a couple books, random earrings, and packed it all into a box. Around noon, my phone rang. It wasn't Savannah this time, it was her best friend, Lexi. The moment I answered, she was already yelling. "What the hell did you do? What are you talking about?" I asked. "Savannah's completely losing it. She says you flipped out over some harmless video and then did something awful. What did you do?" I almost laughed. "I broke up with her. That's it." "Bullshit," Lexi shot back. "She says you're trying to get revenge or something. Her Instagram is blowing up with hate, and she's freaking out." Now I was genuinely confused. I haven't done anything to her account. "We broke up?" "I left. That's it." There was a long pause on the other end. "Wait, so you didn't tell anyone about what happened?" "Nope. Haven't even been on social media since last night." "Oh, crap," she muttered. I think people saw the live stream and are turning on her." After we hung up, my curiosity got the better of me. I don't use Instagram much, but I logged in and looked up Savannah's account. It was still there, but the comment sections were brutal. Post after post, people were ripping into her. I texted Dylan, he's way more plugged in online, and asked what was going on. He called me back almost instantly. "Dude, it's been snowballing all morning," he said. "That video she posted? People recognized you from the news reports about the fire." "What do you mean?" I asked, my stomach starting to turn. "Someone linked the articles about you saving that kid. Once folks realized she was mocking a firefighter with PTSD mid-panic attack, they lost it. They're reporting her account, tagging her work. It's blowing up fast." I sat down hard, trying to process it. "This isn't on you, man," Dylan said. "She's the one who put that video out there, not you." "That's not even the worst part," he added. "Her roommate, Riley? She left a comment saying Savannah's been mocking your PTSD behind your back for weeks. Apparently, they've had arguments about it." "Riley?" "Yeah, I remembered her. Quiet girl. Always seemed uneasy around Savannah." Now I understood why. Just then, my doorbell started ringing like crazy. I checked the camera. There was Savannah, standing outside with streaks of mascara running down her cheeks, hitting the button over and over again. "Gotta go," I told Dylan. "She's here." I didn't open the door. I just used the intercom. "Your stuff's in a box outside. Take it and leave." Through the speaker, I could hear her sobbing. "Please. I need to talk to you. People are coming after me online." Savannah was crying through the intercom, her voice cracking. "My boss just texted me about it. You have to tell everyone it was just a joke." I kept my voice calm and flat. "I didn't tell anyone anything. Looks like the internet connected the dots on its own. You have to help me fix this," she yelled. "Post something. Say you're fine, that I didn't do anything wrong." The audacity. It actually made me blink. After everything she pulled, now I was supposed to go online and clear her name? No. She slammed her hand against the door with a loud thud, voice jumping up an octave. "Please. I'm getting scary messages. Someone said they know where I work." That gave me pause. Look, no matter how badly she messed up, and she did, I'm not the kind of guy who thinks harassment or threats are okay. I don't believe in mob justice. "Fine," I said. "I'll make one post. I'll ask people not to go after you. That's it. I'm not defending what you did. I'm not pretending it didn't happen." "That's not enough," she shrieked. "Tell them it was staged. Say you were in on it." I stared into the camera, jaw tight. "Goodbye, Savannah. Don't come back." Then I disconnected the intercom and sat back, watching her through the feed. She screamed, she cried, and eventually, after what felt like an eternity, she picked up the box and walked away. I kept my word. Later that day, I posted a short statement on my social media accounts. I thanked people for their support, but asked them to stop harassing Savannah. I said targeting her wouldn't fix anything. I didn't excuse her behavior. I didn't soften it. Just asked for basic human decency. Over the next few days, I even reported a few of the more extreme messages I saw in her comment sections. Instagram eventually disabled comments on her most recent posts after she filed enough complaints. Still, the backlash didn't stop. It was bigger than just her followers now. It had spread. 3 days after we broke up, I got a message from Riley, Savannah's roommate. She asked if we could meet up and talk. We grabbed coffee the next day. She looked nervous, but there was something honest in her expression I hadn't seen before. "I've been meaning to say something for a while," she started, her voice low, hands wrapped around her coffee cup. "Savannah's been awful about your PTSD from day one. She'd roll her eyes when you weren't looking, make these comments about you being dramatic. It wasn't okay. Why are you telling me this now?" I asked, not hostile, just tired. Riley stared down into her coffee, like she was trying to find the right words in the foam. Because I feel responsible, she said. I should have spoken up earlier. And because she's trying to twist the story now. I felt a weight settle in my chest. What story? She's telling people you were emotionally abusive. That she was filming you because you were unstable and she needed to document it. For her safety. My stomach dropped. Accusations like that could ruin me. Not just socially, professionally. I'm a firefighter. If that kind of lie stuck, it could destroy everything I've built. But Riley wasn't finished. She pulled out her phone and opened a folder. I've got screenshots, she said. Messages where she talks about your panic attacks, about hoping you'd have another one so she could film it for social media. She scrolled, showing me texts from Savannah bragging about it, laughing about it. Then she opened a thread between her and Savannah, dated the night I left. Riley had called her out, hard, and Savannah just laughed it off. I looked at her, this time with a very different kind of appreciation. Would you be willing to share those, if it came to that? I asked. She nodded without hesitation. I already told her I would if she kept lying about you. And just so you know, Washington's a one-party consent state. I've been documenting conversations since the first time she tried to spin this. That hit me hard. Relief mixed with gratitude. At least someone had my back when I needed it. Riley looked at me as she tucked her phone away. I checked with my cousin, he's a lawyer. These texts. I'm completely within my rights to share them. Why would you even do that? I asked, genuinely confused. You're risking your living situation. She gave me a quiet smile. Because I've been where you are, she said, voice low. I had panic attacks too. PTSD after a car crash in college. Savannah knew all of that, and she still said those things about you. I guess I finally just had enough. What do you even say to that? The weeks that followed were chaotic. Savannah tried to run damage control by posting vague, passive-aggressive stuff on social media, playing the victim without naming me directly. But Riley? She wasn't having it. She shared some of their text threads with mutual friends, and that pretty much shut the whole thing down. People saw through it. True to form, Savannah retaliated by trying to kick Riley out of their apartment. But since both their names were on the lease, there wasn't much she could do. Not without a legal battle she'd never win. About 2 weeks after everything blew up, I got a call, this time from someone at Savannah's job. A PR firm, ironically. An HR rep wanted to fact-check a few things. Apparently, Savannah had told them I was running some kind of harassment campaign against her, and it was starting to interfere with her work. I haven't orchestrated anything, I told them straight. We broke up after she live-streamed my panic attack without my consent. Whatever's happening now is just public reaction, not my doing. I even made a public post asking people to stop harassing her. The HR rep thanked me and ended the call. A few days later, I heard through the grapevine that Savannah hadn't been fired, but they did put her on a performance improvement plan. Apparently, this wasn't the first red flag her employer had seen. About a month after the breakup, I got a message from someone unexpected, Savannah's parents. They wanted to meet in person to apologize. We sat down for lunch at a quiet little diner. They looked worn out, emotionally drained. Her dad was the first to speak. We raised her better than this, he said, and there was real pain in his eyes. Sometimes people just make bad choices, I said gently, almost feeling bad for them. Her mom reached out and squeezed my hand. We saw the news about the fire, she said. What you did was heroic. I'm so sorry she couldn't see that. Their apology felt genuine. They weren't making excuses for her. Just ashamed. As for Savannah, her world kept shifting. About 2 months after the breakup, she moved back in with her parents. She and Riley had negotiated an early lease termination. Riley found a new roommate and seemed way better off. Savannah, on the other hand, went quiet online, probably realizing the best move was to disappear for a bit. As for me, I hired an attorney to file a cease and desist letter, addressing her false claims about abuse and formally documenting the live stream incident, backed by Riley's text evidence. It wasn't a full-blown lawsuit, but it put a legal line in the sand. If she pushed it, I was ready. The PTSD? Still there. Still something I deal with every day. But now, I've got people in my corner. Riley and I have become genuine friends. The guys at the firehouse have been rock solid. Even a few of Savannah's old friends reached out to say they were sorry for not seeing things sooner. I never wanted revenge. I didn't plan this. I didn't push for any of it. All I did was walk away from someone who tried to turn my trauma into a punchline for her online audience. And the rest? That was just her own reflection finally staring back at her in full daylight. Sometimes, the most devastating revenge isn't about getting even. It's about removing yourself and letting the truth do the rest.